sometimes you don't have to say anything.
Top WNBA players made a bold statement over All-Star Weekend by
It's on you, man. I'm gonna let you address it. You hear me? Oh,
yeah, I can hear you. I'm just.
okay.
I mean, what are we bargaining on? Like, what's the collective agreement that we're going to be bargaining on? Like, the league is not profitable, so where's the money coming from? Like, I want to know what their argument is. I would like to hear the other side. Where's the money going to come from if it's already being subsidized by one league? I could see if you were profitable. Yeah, let's come back to the table. You guys have, outplayed these contracts. So yeah, let's get some new contracts on the table. But at the current state, yeah, you guys are
less money.
You guys have your guys are on the rise because of Clayton Clark and our other girl, Candace,
Angel Reese.
Angel Reese, yeah, not Candace, but Angel Reese, and it's kind of like, yeah, you guys are on your way. You're not there yet, but you're on your way. So I guess people see that and they understand that and they want to get something before their time is over. That's like me being, in the league and saying, yeah, I want a new stadium before we leave. So, make us a new stadium or, I don't know. It's just one of those things to where you want to know where the rationale is coming from. It's not an emotional thing. It's business. I get what you're saying, but yeah, that's part of it. If you have a good product and you are increasing ticket sales, you're increasing jersey sales, we make a new agreement with, TV stations to put more games on TV. People are tuning in and watching it. Yeah, we can see where the money is coming in, I guess, so I think the people that control all the money and everything at top is always going to be on top. Because even with the NFL, they have issues with their contracts all the time. And they're the highest grossing, entertainment in the world. Nobody outgrosses the NFL. And rightfully so. So, I don't know. I mean, it could be something to it. I think they do have, some rights to what they're saying. It's not wrong. I just think it's all about timing as well. If the timing's off, then what you're saying is not feasible because where are we going to get the money from? If we're sharing more money and we're not making any money, then how can we share more of the money? Like, where's the money coming from? So I would like to hear that side of it too. I know you said you had a video of the person that said he was breaking it down, but that would be interesting too, to kind of hear the other side of it.
Oh yeah, I thought he was. I thought he had like more. That was the guy, but he didn't go as deep into it as I thought he was. No, did he? But I mean, we had this conversation multiple times, and this conversation has been going on, with the players for quite a bit. And I just think, I'll just say this, it's two different things. So you have revenue, and I was explaining this to somebody earlier, right? So if you have, you earn money, and then once you get the revenue, it doesn't stop there, right? Like if you're selling a product and your product is, just say $100 for one, right? You have to invest invest money into the product to get the product. And now if the product price to get this product is more than what you sold the product for, then you're in a negative. And so your profit is going to be negative. So now they're asking for some of the revenue, but there's other stuff being contributed to their league that their viewerships and their attendance and jersey sales are not matching that. And so they're in the hole, for lack of better words. And so how is it that you think that you can get a part of the revenue, but you know the you don't care about the profit? Like how that's I thought, so they're basically saying before you take care of all the stuff on the back end, we want to get paid. We want to get paid for that money you make up front. You know, if you have like even if at the simplest thing, if you have a little lemonade stand, right? In order to make lemonade, you need lemons, you need sugar, you need water, you need cups, you need all these things to run the stand.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're selling if you're at a negative, you're gonna go out of business right away. So if you sell if your products cost more than the business is making, you going out of business. It's just simple. Now, if you look at it from the other end, like what about if you look at it from a profit standpoint? You want to do profit sharing? Because now if you do profit sharing, is that going to put the battery in y'all back to get more viewerships and to work on that, work on that side? Because you guys are not going to get anything if it's involved profit sharing, because you're not making any profit. And I just let me see, I have a couple things right here that I found out. Okay. The WNBA reported revenues of approximately $200 million in 2023. This was a significant increase, double the $102 million reported in 2019. However, despite its revenue growth, the league has historically operated at a loss. Some reports suggest the WNBA lost money in 2023, with some sources claiming loss of $50 million, potentially linked to a new investment in charter flight programs. So they want to fly on their own plane, right? Instead of having to, fly Spirit or whatever else they was flying. Like, y'all don't think that costs money? Yes, it costs money. 2024, the league continued to grow with estimate of around 200 million. However, reports indicate a loss of 40 million for the year. The deficit is largely attributed to the league's previous television deal, which provided a relatively low amount of revenue compared to the other major leagues. How can you expect to get paid more?
Magic.
Magic.
Oh
man. Magic said we ain't gonna be here. No, I'm playing. But if you look at from that standpoint, because they're not doing it. They're not trying to break down the math. Like I said, it's simple math, simple economics. Nothing from nothing makes nothing. And guess what? Like if you guys give it some time, you guys could grow, because I understand there's a TV deal or something like that that's in play that may make you guys profitable. But up until this point, you haven't been profitable. So how can you sit there and say, pay me what you owe me? Because if you got paid what you owe, you'd be getting, you would actually have to pay the WNBA or the NBA for playing. Y'all would owe them. And I mean, you look at people and you think that they may that it makes sense because it's basic stuff, but you realize that common sense is not that common. I don't know, man. It's crazy to me. But we'll see. We'll see what happens, because I know they're in talks, and I know they're talking about they may sit out. And I know, hey, The NBA might, hey, they might feel like a old person with corns with some too little shoes when they take them off. Relief. They might feel like, I know when a woman take off her bra, they be like, woo, because they didn't had it on all day. The NBA might be like, woo, we ain't got to subsidize them no more because they giving us a break.
Man.
Be careful what you ask for. Just saying. And then I have another thing. Where's my rant button at? I might have another thing because I know I'm ranting right now. So, yeah, sorry, man. Hey, this is a women's league, WNBA. When you go to a WNBA game, how many women do you see there? What's the men versus women? When you who's watching most of these WNBA games? I can guarantee you it's more men that support the league. And how can you complain about a women's league that women aren't watching? I don't know, man. I guess that's all I have to say about that.
What didn't the Shaq say? Put him in booty shorts or something, or like lower the Rams or something.
He said both of those things. He was talking to Angel Reese and he said, if you wear something different, y'all wear something different, it might, get more viewership. And then he also said lower the league. I think on another podcast he said, not nothing crazy, but like down to 9 feet or something like that. I mean, he did have a point. And I've been saying this myself. One thing is missing from the game. You cross somebody up, you get a wide open lane to the basket, and I got to see a layup like a floater, or, you know what I'm saying, a finger roll. Hey, turn that over.
Right. Yeah.
If you see, Asia Wilson dunk on somebody, hey, you might be a little
bit more exciting.
That absolutely.